Hi, and welcome back to Video Effects, where we will explore the magic of video effects. This lesson, we will be exploring some basic glitch effects. These effects will be digital glitches, and I will be using some Adobe programs, but you can use whatever your favorite programs are for your computer. For most, you can do it with most of the effects. Check out these graphics behind me. These are just some examples of what we will learn today. Hello. So, let's start glitching. Here are the files that I've already messed with some, but they all source three, well, really just two of these. So I will show you the original. I took this picture of myself with my phone. This is after a little bit of glitching, not too much. Then there's this video, which I also took of myself. I'm smiling and things. Mostly I just need some motion. And here's what happened with it after glitching some stuff about it. You never know what you're gonna get. So, first things first, you'll notice there are several copies of everything here. That's because you never know what you're gonna get, and so you need to make backups. So this is actually after having gone through a few things. I'm going to show you how to make this to this. Have backups. So I'm going to copy and paste this image. So now I have a legacy. That thing I just copied, I'm going to change the file extension. To do that, you just have to rename it. So let's make this a text file. It's still the same information, but the computer reads it differently. So let's open this up. It defaults to opening in text editor. Now, or text edit? Whatever. This is that same photograph as opened by a different program because you're telling it to read it different. It's like if you read French in English. Sometimes it makes sense, but a lot of the time you just don't know what's happening. So, let's go through and delete some stuff. Select, delete. Now let's copy and paste some stuff. Paste, 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 delete, copy, paste, paste, paste. Now I'm gonna save. Let's see what that did. In order to see, I'm gonna go in, change the file extension, make it a JPEG again, and as you can see, all this stuff changed in it. But if you didn't like that, there's no real way to go back and fix it, which is why you save files multiple times when glitching things. Now, this next part has a little bit more of steps in it. So, here is the video from my phone again. I'm gonna open this one in Photoshop. Photoshop has changed since I first started these things, because I used CS4 for a long time. So I have found a new way. It used to have fewer steps. So here's my video in Photoshop. It's cool. I need to change it though. So I'm going to change the image size, because making it smaller just works a bit faster. That was asking if you wanted to make it a smart layer. Doesn't matter for what we're doing. We're just making it smaller and changing the file type. Now go to File, Export, Render Video. Lots of stuff is happening here. It used to be different and I could save it as an AVI file immediately out of here, and that made stuff easier and more interesting. But that's not here anymore. So here's your file name. You can either make it images or use Adobe Media Encoder. We're using Media Encoder. I forget what it defaults to, but we're going to be using H.264 because we want compression. Now make this low quality because we want less information and a lot of compression. Let's render that. Oops, I forgot I worked on this before. So let's call this 02. It takes a second to export because I'm changing a lot. And I don't have as much disk space available right now. Let's wait a little bit longer so that if you're exporting and following along, you've got the same experience. Look at that go. Ooh, finally. Let's get rid of this. No need to save because we've got this file right here that's the original. I saved that to my desktop, so I'm going to grab this and bring it here. So now this is what it looks like. It's a little bit smaller and more compressed. For Legacy, I am going to duplicate it. Now, change the file type not to text. You could if you want to, but I like doing this method better. Change it to RAW. Do you want to? Yes. Now, your video will come as this. This is how your video is now interpreted. Where before it was text, and we messed with that. Now it's an image made up of black and white dots, or pixels rather. Now, I'm just gonna change some stuff about it. The lowest risk that I know for it is to use your brush tool, but hold down and go to your pencil tool. Have it set to 1. Make it so you have your default color of black. And let's just draw a few lines on here. That will change a lot of stuff on this video, believe it or not. Now I'm going to save. It pops up with this dialog box. You're going to save it as a Photoshop RAW. It's going to copy and copy. Let's save it. Don't need to put anything here. Now we get to change the file type again. It's saved out as an MP4. Change it. And now let's see what happened. Whoa! That's crazy stuff. And all that from just drawing about 6 lines. Cool stuff. I hope you learned something. It all really comes down to reinterpreting data and saving it differently so that something like this becomes something like this, or even this one, and then something like this becomes something like this, or potentially this. Just be careful, because if you push things too far, they might break, which is why you save a lot of versions of it so that you don't break things, but you bend them. This has been some basic glitching video effects. Thanks for watching.